I believe this to be probably the toughest game that the Governors will face, or the toughest team in the first 5 games that they will play this season and in the 2022 portion of your schedule. Good to have you with us. And again, Governor girls basketball in progress. They're at halftime right now on KGFX with Darren Boyle calling that one, and the Governors leading Sturgis 37-23. Sturgis girls also got on the court for the first time last night for the season. They were came up short rather at Douglas in that one. So the Governor girls looking pretty good so far, and running up the points as well, I might add, in that girls contest at Riggs High Gym. Along with Caleb Brozick, who once again will provide camera work for our friends and helpers at Live Ticket. You can watch this game on our website, drgnews.com, and the River 92.7 page, or through gogovs.live. And as always, with Heather Williams in studio, we all wish you a happy new year, and again, see if the Governors can close out this year in style. Pierre in Sturgis coming up. We'll open with a 3-minute timeout, and we'll get into our Becky Potts of a State Farm pregame show. Another look around South Dakota. Plenty of action yesterday to talk about, and we'll update kind of the standings and things like that. We'll look more at the scores from yesterday and the schedule of the week ahead in the state of basketball as we begin with that in our pregame show. Of course, coaches' conversations, keys to success, starting lineups, and more on the way. Our Becky Potts of a State Farm pregame show begins in 3 minutes. And this is Pierre Governor Basketball and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
This just seems like it's got to be.
For over 100 years, State Farm Insurance has been there to help whenever you need them. The team at Potts of a State Farm is your central South Dakota good neighbor. While technology may have changed, you can always expect top-notch customer service from Potts of a State Farm. They'll take care of all of your insurance and financial service needs, where good neighbor service is their continued priority. Potts of a State Farm Insurance, with offices in Pierre and Gregory.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The Garage Doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors can give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, and Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at capitalcityfordtoyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota in Pierre. 605-224-7378.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino, from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
One team. The Pierre Governors know what that means, and so do the men and women of the Hughes County Sheriff's Office. No matter how good you are, a good team makes you better. To be the best, that takes teamwork. If you want to know more about the Hughes County Sheriff's Office and their 361 team, log on at hughescounty.org and click on the Sheriff tab. The Hughes County Sheriff's Office and the Pierre Govs, winning teams.
Back in Sturgis, and Brian Oakland ready to go with play-by-play coming up as we take a look at the state of high school basketball in South Dakota. But before we do that, you just heard from the Hughes County Sheriff's Office, and we thank them for doing all they do in protecting our communities and in our county, and also for giving us a place to sit here at Sturgis Brown High School. We welcome you to the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth for the origination of high school basketball, both from an audio standpoint and also from a video standpoint with live tickets showing the angle from where we are watching this one as well. You can see that at drgnews.com. That's where we are, the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth. Well, let's take a look at scores from last night, and there was a number of games in South Dakota being played, some of them in that Hoop City Classic in Mitchell and in Sioux Falls at the Pentagon, but of course the one game that we had last night had the Governors winning at Spearfish 61-43. Another game in Sioux Falls at Harrisburg playing at Sioux Falls Roosevelt and defeating the Rough Riders 66-51 as Roosevelt suffered their second loss of the season. Yankton had no trouble with Brookings 76-39 within the ESD. Mitchell hosted Thunder Basin, Wyoming, beat the Bolts last night 62-52. Colonel's still looking good at 3-0. At the Pentagon last night, Aberdeen Central got off to a real slow start, tried to make a comeback but came 10 short to St. Thomas More, one of the top-ranked teams in Class A this year. 56-46, the Cavaliers win that one. Sturgis, who we'll see today, was a winner at Douglas last night, 53-41. That after trailing 23-19 at halftime. So they put a good 34-point second half together and got the defense going as well to beat the Patriots. And Rapid City Central, in the other big town out here in the West, beat Rapid City Stevens 42-40. In a tight one. As far as AA basketball goes, this is the only game that's going on in South Dakota. Pierre playing at Sturgis. There are other games that are happening in classes A and B, in the particularly in the eastern part of the state. One of them may be of more local interest in winter, as the Winter Warriors, who will come to Pierre in a week and a half or so. They're hosting the Sully Buttes Chargers in Sully Buttes' first game of the season after a number of cancellations and reschedules as well. Still after last night, the Governors now 4-0. Sioux Falls Jefferson remains at 3-0. We mentioned Mitchell moving to 3-0 with their win over Thunder Basin, Wyoming. Out of Gillette, Yankton is a 2-0 unbeaten team early on as well. Sturgis now also unbeaten as they get their first win last night at 1-0. In the week ahead, looking at the Governor's schedule, they'll go to Sioux Falls Lincoln on Thursday and then back home finally after 4 games in a row on the road. They'll host Sioux Falls, Washington next Saturday in a game that is slated for a 4 p.m. start. We'll be on the air at 3:30 with that one. That's going to be Hall of Fame induction weekend for the Governors, as DJ Prue and Coach Skip Kurth, as well as his daughter, Kara Kurth, maiden name, of course, will be inducted into the Pierre Athletic Hall of Fame next Saturday afternoon at halftime of that game when Pierre hosts Sioux Falls, Washington. Meanwhile, girls basketball last night, as the Governors were tied at 38 going to the fourth quarter, but they had a 19-6 run to defeat Spearfish 57-44. They stay unbeaten at 4-0, and once again they're leading 37-23 over Sturgis at halftime on KGFX. Brookings was a winner at Yankton 63-40. Douglas beat the Scoopers in their first game last night 38-28, low-scoring effort there. Mitchell loses to Thunder Basin in girls basketball, 54-45. Meanwhile, in that Pentagon Classic, Sioux Falls Lincoln, who the Governors will play on Tuesday, were a winner against Moorhead, Minnesota, in a defensive effort in a battle, 35-26. O'Gorman, the top-ranked team in South Dakota, loses to St. Michael Albertville out of Minnesota, 54-45. And Aberdeen Central got a win over Worthington, Minnesota, 44-37. Sturgis at Pierre, the only game going on in AA basketball, girls basketball today here for New Year's Eve. And in the week ahead, while the boys go to Sioux Falls Lincoln on Thursday, the girls will host Sioux Falls Lincoln on Tuesday rather than Thursday. So a girls matchup here on River 92.7 starting at 6:30 with the pregame. I'll have that one and the call of our first girls matchup here on the FM side of DRG Media Group. That'll be Tuesday night, 6:30. Hope you can join us for that. Meanwhile, in the Black Hills Conference, Sturgis will play their next contest with a doubleheader at Custer, and there will be Watertown at Brandon Valley, Aberdeen hosting Sioux Falls, Washington, Brookings going to O'Gorman, and Douglas hosting Todd County. Out of Class A, Sturgis also will host St. Thomas More on Thursday in their week ahead, while the Governor girls will go to Sioux Falls, Washington. That's a matchup that for now is slated for a 7 o'clock p.m. start time. That horn you just heard is the final buzzer for our sophomore contest, and the Governor sophomores with a win 60-33 over Sturgis. Governor JVs also with a win 59-21 earlier this afternoon, or a game that started this morning here at Sturgis Brown High. Quick run through Governor sports and upcoming schedules with the Governor basketball teams taking on Sioux Falls Lincoln. Girls at home on Tuesday, boys on the road Thursday. Sioux Falls Washington provides the opposition Saturday for both teams, the boys at home, the girls on the road. And then as far as the wrestling teams are concerned, they'll get back at it hopefully on Tuesday night, although another weather situation may be occurring Tuesday. We'll see if the Governor boys get to take on Harrisburg in a scheduled duel Tuesday night at Riggs High Gym. Other than that, they're scheduled to go to the Lyman Invitational, the Mid-Dakota Monster, next Friday and Saturday. Governor girls wrestling team slated for a duel against Harrisburg on Friday next week at home, January 6th, so an opportunity to see really good wrestling both from the Pierre girls and from Harrisburg next Friday at home at Riggs High Gym, and then they've got a Harrisburg Invitational next on their schedule on January 13th. High school gymnastics, Governor girls team will go to Aberdeen Central on Thursday for a triangular. Stanley County will join them up there, and then they go to the Brookings Invitational for an 11 o'clock start next Saturday. That is a quick look at Governor winter sports on the calendar. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we're coming back. It'll be time for Coaches Conversations and Keys to Success, which are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre, starting with Brianna Kusler of the Pierre Governors. In 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
If you're in need of some Christmas ideas for that hard-to-buy-for person on your list, we've got you covered. Beck Motor Company has a full detail special, $40 off. Light details, $20 off. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free. 20% off all Nebo flashlights. Our pro shop is filled with mugs, hats, caps, blankets, vehicle storage, and more. Not sure? Gift certificates available. Any amount. 605-224-5912.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE extension 2. That's 833-605-5483 extension 2 and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. A registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Hey, DQ fans, celebrate the holidays with a DQ cake. Bring your faves something that's sure to put a smile on their faces. The signature fudge and crunch center surrounded by the world-famous DQ soft serve. It's the perfect way to brighten up a snowy workday, family get-together, or just because. I mean, it's all the goodness of your favorite DQ treats in shareable cake form. I'm getting hungry just reading this. Being totally honest, this year, grab a DQ cake. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Back in Sturgis, Brian Oakland with play-by-play, and a quick reminder as we travel once again into the new year. South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team. Remember, snow means slow. Please slow down and drive for the conditions. All right, here we go. Another game for the Pierre Governors and keys to success here at the Sturgis Brown High School gym with Brianna Kusler, the Governor head coach, now 4-0 after a nice win at Spearfish last night. And as we talked in post game, I think from start to finish, obviously it's not a peak, and it's not. We're not going to see that for a while. But maybe the most complete game you might have played so far this year.
I thought that we had a lot of good things that came out of last night's game, and it really did start on that defensive end of things, and rebounding. It was relatively similar as far. I think we out rebounded them by 4, but overall I thought the quality looks that we had didn't necessarily give us an opportunity to have a ton of long shots, long rebounds, but defensively I felt like we dictated what we wanted them to be doing offensively, and that really set the tone for us to be able to transition and get some simple looks in transition.
I thought the way Seth Hamilton played, and as great as he was for Spearfish last night, maybe that's the first example of really coming in and playing against a team now that you have to focus on somebody and know where that person is at all the time. You have the luxury, obviously, of the big three that we've talked about, so that's where you're going to have the advantage a lot of times.
Right, absolutely. I think last night that is an area that maybe we struggled in, is adjusting to a shooter like Hamilton, or just a player like Hamilton, who we allowed him to get too many scores. I think he had 14 of their 17 at halftime, finished with 25, and with a team like that you don't have a ton of other pieces, he wasn't going to beat us alone. But when you do get into some of these teams that do have more pieces than just one kid, it's really important that if you find a hot hand, you've got to make sure that we limit that as much as possible. So I think an area that we can continue to improve upon is our communication and being able to recognize where that person is on the floor and make things difficult. We talked about if they give it up, they don't get it back, and there were too many times where, and credit Spearfish, I thought that they attacked well. They created, even through pretty solid defensive effort on our side of things.
Your big three of Keen Holes, Edmund, Heisler is doing the job game in and game out. I think you still like what you have in supporting cast too, and there are plenty of other guys who can contribute when called upon.
Yeah, and that's what we feel like is a big advantage for us is having we can score at a lot of different levels. We have our high flyers, of course, but then we can break people down, and I don't think that we've really gotten the total inside presence that we're still working on just yet, and that's okay. Like you talked about, not peaking just yet, and we don't want to be by any means. But I think we're getting a lot of quality minutes out of our kids coming off of the bench, and we got to continue to have that effort.
Sturgis Scoopers today is a team that I think provides some athleticism. They certainly don't have the experience that you're going to have, but what do you know after maybe watching their finally first game last night?
Yeah, after their first game, Coach Buss is going to have them playing hard on both ends of the floor. This team, they're going to be ready to compete. This is their second game in 2 days and second game of the year. I mean, you talk about being sick of practicing. They get to play back-to-back days, so I think throw any sort of fatigue out the window because they're just going to be so eager to be playing at home as well, their first time. So we got to be ready to compete from the get-go. It's a quick turnaround for both teams, so nobody's got any excuses to make. We got to be ready to go with focusing on what we can control, and then dictating a lot of things defensively for them as well.
They've got a little more size than the Spearfish team you saw last night. What other challenges did they give you?
Yeah, there's certainly going to be more of an inside presence. I would say they didn't shoot as well. Sturgis didn't shoot as well as they're capable of last night. So we got to be ready to go. It's no different than I look back at our first game, and there's just when you don't know what you don't know until you play. So that certainly was for them. I think that they left leaving even with a win last night. There were just some areas that they can improve on. So we got to be ready for them to just be chomping at the bit to compete.
Okay, other keys to success today.
Focusing on ourselves, continuing to push the tempo in transition, but then having that patience and making sure that we're controlling the basketball and taking care of things on our end.
Okay, Coach, looking forward to it. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
There's Brianna Kuzler, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. Her coach's comments and keys to success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We'll hear from Darius Buss, the head coach of the Scoopers, after this from CDE in Pierre.
Central Dakota Eye Care continues to grow and give. Hi, this is Dr. Matt Blazik. During the months of November and December, Central Dakota Eye Care is donating a portion of all glasses sales to the Pierre chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Use your insurance flex plans before the end of the year or treat yourself this holiday to a new pair of glasses. Remember, regular, yearly comprehensive eye exams are key in finding eye problems before symptoms appear. We are accepting new patients. Call us at 224-6128 Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
And keys to success continue with Darius Buss, the head coach of the Sturgis Scoopers. At long last, Coach, last night you get to start your season. A few cancellations, postponements in there, but you go to Douglas and you had to be ready to go. I think I saw you got off to a little bit of a slow start, but must have had a good second half, and you turn around and get a good 8-point win. So now you're off and running.
Yeah, we did. That was kind of how it worked out. We just had got a slow start, just got that first game jitters. Our kids were really amped up, and they just probably got too amped up there. But we were pretty resilient. We didn't have a great first half, terrible second quarter, but really good third quarter, much better second half. And I think at one point we were up 16 and end up winning by 12 or 13, but we just did not shoot the ball well. Two of our better shooters that are decent shooters went 0 for from the three-point line, but we had some other kids step up and you got to win. It was nice to get a win. It was nice to play, like you said. It was finally get a game in after 22 practices.
Well, and you look at the things that happen in the first game all the time. You're going to have turnovers. You're going to probably have a lot of adrenaline. Maybe that contributed to a lower shooting percentage. Now maybe you're in a little more of a rhythm, even though you got to turn around and play a tough Pierre team today.
Yeah, we're back in our gym. That'll help us a little bit, I'm sure. And that's the other thing too. I think what really helped us last night with the struggle of shooting is just the experience this group has. They've been playing the last couple of years and have kind of been taking on lumps at times, and especially against the AA opponents. But this year, We've got some experience, and so even though we really struggled shooting the ball, our defense was really good. And even Douglas is a team that just got done beating Central, Rapid City Central, and then Rapid City Central beats Aberdeen and Stevens. And if you look at the scores, Aberdeen lost to STM by 10. Is it? So we just did a really good job defending, and that helped us. And then we had some kids get some shots and make a run there in the second half. And even in the second half, when we made our run, we stopped scoring there a little bit, but our defense didn't stop, and so we just did a much better job in the second half.
I think the promise of the experience that you have is, and granted you have the Black Hills Conference scheduled to play, but I would imagine you really want to see what you've got against the AA schools, and maybe you see that as a good measuring stick today.
Yeah, there's no better opponent to see that than Pierre. If you look at a team, obviously you guys know, and to me, in my mind, I think Pierre's one of the best teams in AA. I know people will think that the Sioux Falls schools, but I will tell you, if Pierre puts it together, I think it's them and Jefferson in this class, and I don't care what the scores and what has happened previous to today. Pierre can make a run, and Pierre is a legit title contender in my mind if they can get things going in the right direction, like I know they will. And not that they haven't, but I think early in the season, that's what I feel. And you got the best player in the state of South Dakota on their team, and a lot of kids around him. This will be tough for us, and it's a tough matchup for us on the perimeter, especially. But this will be a good test for us right now.
All right, keys to success and what you can get done today if you're going to challenge.
We just can't give up easy baskets to the other guys. I think that's the biggest thing. The Heiser kid, I think he spends most of his time above the rim. He's dunking everything. And Edmonds and Bush, we just can't give those guys easy baskets. We can't give the shooters wide open shots. Lincoln is good enough to get a shot off every time against anybody, and he's just good enough to do that. And we got to make him work. But we just can't give up easy baskets to the other guys. And then offensively, we got to take care of the ball. And if we can do those things, we'll compete. Our kids will compete. And we can play the best game we can play and still lose. But our focus is playing well and doing the things necessary to win. And we'll just see what happens. But this will be a good test for us and see where we're at.
All right, Coach, looking forward to it. Always a pleasure. Good
Always
luck.
Good to see.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
That's Darius Buzz. We go back a ways. His coach's comments and keys to success brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's pause for 90 seconds in our starting lineups. Coming up next in Sturgis, this is Governor Basketball.
Your cancer care should be as unique as you are. At Avera Breast Center, our team of experts create a treatment plan that will work best for your type of cancer, using the latest screening, radiation, and surgical techniques. You also have access to holistic approaches to help with side effects, and a 24/7 call center for answers to your cancer questions when you need them. Learn more at avera.org/breast or by calling 855-697-2592.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX-FM, Pierre. Leave sooner, drive slower, live longer.
Back at Sturgis Brown High. Good timing. We just finished our national anthem here, and it's time for a quick run through the starting lineups, which are brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. You're familiar with the Governors and their starting five in Lincoln Keenholz and Jacob Mayer in the backcourt. Ben Heisler, Jackson Edmond, Christian Bush are the front court for the Governors and their 4-0 mark. Head coach Brianna Kusler, assisted by the soon-to-be Hall of Famer Skip Kurth, Brevin Kaiser, Daniel Traversy, Latrell LaRush, and Kim Byerly. Sturgis Cooper starters begin with their guard, Tyan Buss, son of Coach Darius Buss, the 5'10 junior, along with Gavin Leitenberg, a 5'10 senior, and as well as Ryan Heinert, a 6'3 sophomore in the front court. Big forwards, Dyson Peterson at 6'6 and a senior, and Jake Vleem, a 6'9 senior in the middle. So the tallest team that the Governors have faced so far this season in the 1-0 Sturgis Scoopers, with Buss, Leitenberg, Heinert, Vleem, and Peterson the starting five. They'll probably bring another 4 or 5 eventually off the bench, including Connor Cruikshank, Tegan Wormstead, and Ben Miller, among others. Darius Buss, the head coach, assisted by Patrick Cass, Stephen Hilton, and Dan Skinner. We hear from Envirotech, and we'll hear from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, their Consumer Protection Division, and we're back to tip it off in 1 minute. You are listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 605-224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use their mobile app, Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule because of weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
With all the snow and cold temperatures, it's that time of year when people want to plan a trip somewhere warm and sunny. Do your research and purchase from known companies. Your version of luxury accommodations and close to the beach can be completely different than their version. Know exactly what you're to get from your purchase and who to reach out to if issues arise. And make sure that you get everything in writing. If you should have issues with your travel package, call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 or visit their website, consumer.sd.gov, for more information.
We're back in Sturgis. Our Consumer Protection Division of the Attorney General's Office sponsors our game officials. The law on the court will tell you who they are momentarily, but also our Comtech opening tip is up in the air, and for the first time, a Governor opponent controls the Comtech opening tip. Sturgis and Dyson Peterson a little bit higher than Ben Heisler in the opening tip-off. So Sturgis moving left to right, or from where we're at, kind of a far court to near court vantage point as well. Sturgis in home white, and a three-pointer from Tyan Buss is up but no good. Ben Heisler down with the rebound. Pierre still in road green for the second night in a row. We'll head from right to left. First pass to Edmond at the high post from Lincoln Keenholz, gives it back. Lincoln starts left, brings it back to the right, passes up to Christian Bush. Now Edmond out top. He'll drive against Dyson Peterson behind behind his head, giving it back to Keenholz. Lincoln goes up for a shot, but it's blocked. And a good defensive effort here by Sturgis. They want three, left side from the wing, no good. And there's Jacob Mayer, down on the other side. Not sure if that was Buss or maybe Leitenberg who took the three there, and now a pass underneath is tipped and stolen by Sturgis. Leitenberg comes out of there with this one. There's another three, this time 24, and Ryan Heinert with the attempt, and the ricochet knocked away out of bounds and touched by the Governors, and Jacob Mayer ended up on the floor, but Sturgis inbounds, and what we're seeing already, we'll mention it momentarily. Here's Buss for three, no good. Sturgis 0 for 4 as Edmond is down with his first rebound. A minute and a half in, no score yet, and Gavin Leitenberg will reach in upon Lincoln Keenholz. First foul of the game goes to the 5'10 senior. Our game officials, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, their Division of Consumer Protection, are Brandon Kemp, Paul Whitcraft, and Landon Arnold. Thanks to them for doing what is oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. The law on the court, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. It's Christian Bush looking for three this time. No good, off to the left side, and Dyson Peterson pulls down the rebound.
That's actually only the second attempt for the first one that's made it that far. Here's a three for Dyson Peterson up top. Sturgis is content to try nothing but perimeter jump shots right now. This one misses everything and goes out of bounds. Still no score. A full 2 minutes in as Jacob Mayer will take it across the timeline. From right to left, first pass to Keenholz over on the far side. Edmond, right elbow, dumps it down underneath. Heisler loses a handle of the basketball. He started left, and there to defend was Ryan Heinert, so Heisler was going to go reverse to the right side, but he loses the dribble, perhaps off his foot. And the first turnover here for the Governors. Sturgis is the biggest team so far the Governors have faced, and that's been an issue so far on the Pierre offensive possessions. They haven't been able to do anything. Inside, a couple of blocked shots. Buss inside the arc, misses everything on this one, and Keenholz catches it on the fly. Governors back in business, still looking for the first offensive output, and Keenholz against Leitenberg, and Gavin Leitenberg will reach in upon him for a second time. And we'll have to check out with his second personal foul. Tegan Wormstead, a 6-foot sophomore, will come in and draw that assignment of trying to defend Lincoln Keenholz, which obviously was key number one for Darius Buss. Now another foul pushing against Keenholz in the lane as Edmond tried to dump it inside to him. And we'll see who they put this one up on. It is Wormstead. So that's 3 fouls, all against Lincoln Keenholz, as Sturgis tries to contain him. Still no score yet. 5:15 left, first quarter. Now Bush fires a 3, ends up on the ground. Maybe took a push from Jake Vleem, but maybe trying to sell it as well. It was an air ball underneath, and it looks like Sturgis will be guilty of a 4th team foul under the basket. It's at Dyson Peterson this time. That'll be his first. Team foul number 4. As Bush will check out. The first substitution for the Governors is Brecken Kruger, the 6'1 senior. Mayer to inbound. Keenholz coming to the left block. Has to turn around, try a jump hook. No good. Got his own rebound. Goes back up and now is called for lowering the shoulder and an offensive foul. Keenholz working hard, but still no score in this one. And Lincoln will pick up his first offensive foul and the first foul against Pierre. 3 minutes gone by, no offense for either team. Heinert directing traffic, left side up top. Keenholz defending him. He'll drive right side, drag his pivot foot on the pickup of the dribble though. And it'll be turnover number 2 by Sturgis on the travel. So it seems like a lot of things have happened, but really up on the scoreboard, absolutely nothing so far here for either team. Keenholz backing in again, and he'll lay it up, and that rims in and out, no good. Keenholz against Jake Vleem, and a held ball under to the basket. Pierre is going to keep the possession arrow. As Sturgis had that opening tip, Tegan Wormstead will check out. Landon Arnold chasing Brianna Kuzler back within the coach's box. Connor Cruikshank, a 6'1 senior, is on for the first time. Edmond takes the inbound off of the held ball. He'll drive, and we've got an offensive foul on Edmond. He dished to a cutting Ben Heisler, who put the shot up and in, but Edmond rather didn't stop his momentum, and he ends up running over Ryan Heinert, I believe it was. So a second offensive foul for the Governors. Edmond with 1, Keenholz had 1 early, and we're still scoreless. 3.5 minutes in, 4.5 to go here in Sturgis. Girls game going on there in the second half at Riggs High Gym on KGFX. We'll get you an update when we get an opportunity. Here's Tyan Buss, right side. Off of the right elbow, Jake Vleem drives underneath, kicks out. Peterson fakes the shot, then drives in the lane, up, no good. Keenholz flies in for another rebound, and the Governors head in the opposite direction. Keenholz, stop and go. He'll go up and score. Jake Vleem meets him in helping defense, but he'll be called for the foul, and he's a little surprised by that, but Keenholz finally gets one of these teams off the schneid. And we've got output. First bucket down, Vleem with his first personal foul. Chance at a three-point play here for Lincoln Keenholz. Jacob Mayer checking out. Cade Kaiser, the 6'2 junior, is in for the first time today. Free throw for Lincoln Keenholz. Rims in and out, no good. Rebound is down to Sturgis and Dyson Peterson. Sturgis quickly up ahead, but Kruger will cut in front of the pass and knock it out of bounds. Scoopers will inbound from there. Wormstead back in again to inbound. Right away, he finds Heinert to right in front of him. No good. Heinert missing the bunny. Backside, Peterson gets his own rebound. That's not Peterson. We'll tell you who it is momentarily. It's Wormstead for an opportunity. No good. That was Ben Miller who got an offensive rebound. Pierre up ahead. Kruger fires a three, and that's no good. Offense is difficult so far. Just 2-0 Governors. Here's Miller. Left side from the corner, gets it up top to Peterson. Now a deep three for Heinert will not go. Heisler down with the rebound. And Pierre will slow it up again. Well, last night, Sturgis had a real tough start to their game at Douglas. Not shooting well. Keenholz splits defenders and lays it up and in from the right side. Fast as he is, just like the football field where he tends to glide when he runs. You see that on the basketball court as well. Loose basketball picked up by Brecken Kruger against Wormstead. Alley-oop! Boom! Lincoln Keenholz. How long have those two waited to make a play like that? Brecken Kruger picks up the loose basketball. He alley-oops it to Keenholz for the throwdown, and we've got a timeout called by the Scoopers. 6-0 with 2:49 to go. First period. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. I need a Coke myself. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Governor Basketball.
Oh, why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
We can totally do this ourselves.
That hurt. And there are epic moments. Yeah, that was awesome. When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics.
Hi, Doc. My knee.
We'll help you move forward so you can tell the story.
Shoulder, my elbow.
Oh, what a play to send us to that first time out of the game. A Brecken Kruger to Lincoln Keenholz alley-oop. We haven't seen anything like that in quite some time. Still a slow start offensively, not just for the Governors, but also for Sturgis as they've gone 0-4 the first quarter. Mentioned last night they had a slow start at Douglas. Were trailing 23-19, ended up winning that game 53-41. Took them a while to get in gear, and even Coach Buzz said sometimes, especially when you start the season with a back-to-back Friday, Saturday effort, you might have a bit of a hangover, so to speak. The next day on Saturday. Push foul away from the basketball. It's called on Cade Kaiser. His first and the team's third. I know what you're thinking. I thought hangovers were reserved for New Year's Day, but this is a basketball hangover we're talking about here. Jake Vleem will take the inbound along the side, get it back to Ryan Heinert. Now back to Dyson Peterson down to the corner. Heinert again. Keenholz faces him up. Heinert steps back, fires a 15-footer. That's no good. There's Jackson Edmond for the rebound, and the lid's still closed on the Scooper basket. Here's Kaiser from 18 out on the left side. That won't go, and Gavin Leitenberg is down with the rebound. Quickly up the floor for both teams. As Heinert calls traffic out on the left wing up top. Another three. This one won't go, and that was Cruikshank. Heisler rebounds for the Governors. Here is Keenholz left-handed layup, and it's good. Well, it's all Keenholz so far, 8-0. Darius Buss, you look looking at his face right now, he said best player in the state, even on the basketball court, and he's seeing that. There's a nice pass underneath. Jake Vleem up and in. Edmond fronted him, but Leitenberg lobbed it up and over the top, and the 6'9 senior has the first basket on the floor for the Scoopers. Now Peterson puts a hand in the passing lane and knocks it loose. Sturgis will come away with it. 8-2 our score. Minute 15 to play. First quarter. On the move is Cruikshank. Lost the dribble, but Peterson picks it up. He'll shoot over Heisler. No good. Heisler collects the rebound. Tough start for Dyson Peterson, a 6'6 big man. 0 for 5. Edmond to Keenholz. Good. Lincoln lays another one up and in. Sturgis has committed 3 fouls trying to defend Lincoln Keenholz so far. There's a nice spin move for Leitenberg. Back to Peterson. Fires a 3 off the front end. No good. Vleem with the rebound. No good on the putback as that shot was altered by Keenholz getting up in the air. And then there's a foul on the rebound, apparently going against the Governors. And that'll be the second for Keenholz. So Lincoln may have to come out for a bit, and Jackson Edmond will join him. So will Cade Kaiser. Now Christian Bush back on. Carson Ahart's the 6'6 senior off the bench. Comes back. Jacob Mayer as well. – 10-2, Pierre leading. Keenholz has all 10 points. Kruger with his back to the inbounder. Got a hand in the right spot, knocks it away over on the sideline. Sturgis will try again. Cale Jolly, a 6-foot senior, is in for the first time. Hardware on the left knee for Cale. 32 seconds to play, first quarter. Shot clock is about 2 seconds less than the game clock right now. There's a high pass that'll go into the backcourt. Sturgis will run it down, but that'll be a turnover. Their fourth. And they'll turn the shot clock off. Pierre can play for a last shot if they want to with 22 seconds left. Brianna Kuzler will let the 5 out there do the honors. See if they can get something down with Keenholz and Edmond on the bench. Carson Ahart's 3-point specialist. Passes inside. Christian Bush. Pump fake. He'll put it up and in. Bush from Ahart's gives the Governors a 10-point lead. 3 seconds left. 2-1. Leitenberg for 3 off the front of the rim. No good. And our first quarter comes to an end. A slow start for both teams, but Lincoln Keenholz got the Governors going, including an alley-oop throwdown. Pierre right now on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard leads 12-2 over the Sturgis Scoopers. Scoreboard sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Governor Basketball brought to you in part by Pierre Sports Marketing Partners, who include Delta Dental, First Dakota National Bank, Maher Law Office.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
In today's ever-changing housing market, you need a proactive mortgage lender who can guide you through every turn of the process, from your loan application all the way to closing. Jessica Jonkak with First National Bank in Pierre is dedicated to providing that level of service to her customers and making your home purchasing dreams a reality. Call Jessica today at 605-201-5254 or visit firstnationalbanks.com to learn more. First National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
1 for 19 on the field unofficially. 2 points down in that first period. Governors, again, not much better, but they do go 50%. They turn the ball over a few times, but 6 out of 12 on the floor. 5 of those from Lincoln Keenholz, who has 10 points. The Governors lead 12-2. Sturgis, first possession, second period. Ryan Heinert, a fadeaway jumper on the baseline, no good, but Jake Vleem pulls down the offensive rebound and puts a jump hook back up from point-blank range. He's got all 4 for the Scoops so far, and it's 12-4. Just underway, second period. Here's Kruger lobbing to Edmond down on the right block, no good. Outside, back to Bush, inside, turnarounder, no good. And Jake Vleem with another rebound for Sturgis.
Leitenberg stops his dribble on the right side and lobbing underneath to Peterson, who takes a push from Ahartz. And a foul will be called here. Carson's first personal. Keenholz with 2 personal fouls starts the second period on the bench. Ben Heisler is there as well. Jackson Edmond and Christian Busch, the big men out there, along with Carson Ahartz as well. Kruger and Mayer, the guards for the Govs. Inbound, misses its mark, but Dyson Peterson gets to it on the top of the key. Ty and Buss handing off to Leitenberg. Near the Governor bench. High screen, and another push here as Peterson ended up on the floor. Somehow Dyson Peterson was screening not only Brecken Kruger trailing the ball handler, but also Christian Busch, who was out there, but Kruger fighting his way through the screen. Puts the screener on the floor, and a foul called against Kruger. Here's Peterson driving right baseline, still can't put one down. Busch with the rebound. Dyson Peterson. Struggles continue. Still 12-4. Early second period. Governor Girls have won 63-45 on KGFX. How about a 3 for Kruger? Nope, won't go. Peterson pulls it down on the backside for Sturgis. Governors are 0 for 3 from outside the arc. Last night only hit 2 threes after averaging 6 in their first 3 games. Vleem backing in. Left-hander is up and good over Busch. Jake Vleem with 6 points. Sturgis with 6 points on the board. Busch will try another one. Jump hook over Vleem is no good. Christian Busch with good looks, just can't get him to go. Heinert loses the dribble, picked up by Mayer. He'll go the distance, but come up short. There is a foul, however, and Jacob will go to the free throw line. Mayer showing the speed, trying to outrun Ty and Buss down the other end of the floor. Buss will pick up his first personal foul. Both teams now with 6. This one puts Mayer at the free throw line as it was in the act of shooting, but for 6:04 left in the first half, both teams are now in the bonus. Mayer to shoot 2. First one up and good. Lincoln Keenholz will check back in between freebies as Ahartz will come out for the Govs. And Tegan Wormstead back in for the Scoopers as they go with a smaller lineup. Dyson Peterson going to get a break. Second one for Mayer. Up and good. First couple of points for the Governors in the second period. They're back to an 8-point lead at 14-6. Sturgis' shooting woes, as poorly as they've shot the ball here in the first half, they're still very much alive, only trailing by 8. Keenholz will knock a dribble by Heinert away on the left baseline and out of bounds. Heinert looking to drive and would have had an open look at a score if that ball didn't go loose. Buss from the right side of the key. Our left as we're looking at it from the end of the court. Corbin Jensen checking in for Sturgis, helping it to Heinert. Back out Wormstead. Now Jensen with the bright pink shoes. 7 on the shot clock for the Scoopers. They're on the top of the key. They've got to make progress, but a foul is called away from the basketball as Jensen and Mayer battling for position. Mayer may be called on a hold here. In fact, Corbin Jensen's already standing at the free throw line, so the Governors defensively had Sturgis on the ropes on that possession coming down to the end of the shot clock, but unfortunately a bit of a bailout here. And a 1-and-1 now with Corbin Jensen. Team foul number 7. Free throw is no good, and Keenholz skies for the rebound. It's the first free throw attempt for the Scoopers here this afternoon. 5:20 to play, second quarter, 14-6 Govs. Keenholz trying to thread the needle into Mayer underneath. Now Busch comes up with it on his back, but as he tried to get rid of it to avoid a travel, his pass is stolen by Ryan Heinert. Turnover number 5 for the Govs. Tough matchup so far for Pierre. As we talked about in the outset, probably the toughest game they'll face in their opening 5. Here's another reach on Mayer, who maybe got busted in the chops a little bit as Buss went past him.
Jacob will pick up his second quick foul, and now another 1-and-1 coming here for Ty and Buss. Buss ready to shoot for a 1-and-1. Once again, a 63-45 victory for the Pierre Governor girls, who improved to 5-0, a perfect 2022 start to their season. Buss at the stripe, hits on the front end of the 1-and-1. He'll get another. Clock stopping at 4:57 to play. In quarter number 2, second free throw is short. And it's Edmond for the rebound. Ty and Buss's first point, but that's where he'll stay. Updated the score, it's 14-7. Keenholz stops at the top of the key, fires a leaner. No good. Heinert saves it, but it's into the hands of Jackson Edmond with a spin move. Right-hander is up, no good. And now Heinert with the rebound. The Governors 0 for 2. On that trip, still leading 14-7, but still offensively it's been a struggle for both teams. Here's Buss, he'll fire. Long three this time. Edmond will pull down the miss. Edmond splitting defenders. Boy, that was ill-advised, but he does get a push, and this, I believe, is on Buss. Jackson Edmond will get a 1-and-1. Just from this angle, you could kind of see he saw something that I think from a longer angle, I didn't see that opening up. Maybe Buss just closed the gap that Jackson thought was there. He's fortunate that he's at the free throw line right now, in my opinion. 4:12 to play. Buss picks up his second personal. Now the Governors in the bonus, and a 1-and-1 here for Jackson Edmond. Front end good. Rattled home. Jackson's first point. Had 9 points and 11 boards last night. Buss has to check out. Leitenberg also with 2 fouls, though, coming back in. Second for Jackson Edmond. Left-hander, good. Good free throw shooting stroke that time. The Pierre lead is 9. It's been as high as 10 at the end of the first quarter at 12-2. Right now 16-7. 4 minutes gone, 4 to go. Second period. Keenholz wants to save a loose ball in the backcourt, but it went off of the leg of Heinert and it stayed in play. But Landon Arnold will blow the whistle and he'll say we probably should reset the shot clock. Change of possession there, so essentially, and technically that would be a trade of turnovers, but for my stat sheet, I'll just leave it as it is. We'll start them up again. 3:55 to play. Second quarter. 16-7. Govs on top. Cade Kaiser out to defend against Leitenberg. Sags back. Now he'll approach again. Here's Dyson Peterson back on the floor as well. Peterson looks at 3, not available. Underneath, Cruikshank further out to the other corner. This is Heinert, and suddenly a scooper ends up on the floor. Pushed down by Ben Heisler, apparently, as Heinert missed everything on the 3 ball. So Heisler will pick up his first personal foul, and Connor Cruikshank, the 6'1 senior, will get free throws. This is the final 1-and-1 for Sturgis here in the first half. Front end is good. 9 fouls for the Govs, 7 for the Scoops. Second one for Cruikshank is good. After a few bounces on the rim, good shooter's touch. Scoopers 3 of 5 rather, from the stripe. Back to 7, it's 16-9. Under 3.5 to play in the first half as Kaiser roaming around the perimeter, drives. Heisler loses his footing. Takes the pass, but loses his footing, backed off a bit. Maybe he thought he was pushed, perhaps by Ben Miller. Scooper student body reminding Heisler, you can't do that. And Heisler's probably trying to chant back, I didn't mean to. Sturgis will take a timeout here from half court. 3:15 to play. They're hanging tough. It's 16-9. This one, he asks for 60. We'll take it with him. Timeouts brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Grab a Coke and be back in a minute. The Govs lead by 7. Tough games so far here. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
At Northern State University.
We're back at Sturgis Brown, and the Scoopers have provided a pretty good defensive opponent for the Governors so far. Pierce still leads 16-9. They haven't trailed in this game yet. Sturgis took a while to score, only had 1 basket down in that entire first quarter, but they've played tough here in the second period. Within 7, Sturgis breaks some pressure, and Dyson Peterson to Ben Miller underneath, but he is denied by Jackson Edmond. Pierre takes it away. Keenholz will give it to Kruger to set it up. Under 3 minutes to play, first half. Pierre looking to add to a 7-point lead. Heisler out on the wing. Underneath, off the block to Keenholz. Edmond underneath, back looking for Heisler, but right there, the only one there was Connor Cruikshank. Heisler was further back out of the lane, and Edmond just didn't expect him to not be home. Here's Leitenberg left side against Kaiser. Now he'll skip it across. Dyson Peterson for 3, still can't get one to go. Underneath, Miller fighting for a rebound, picks it up, goes back up, and Edmond says, get out of here. Jackson Edmond with another swat, but still Sturgis with another offensive rebound. Ben Miller with a good effort. Scoopers will inbound from the far side. Cale Jolly to do the honors from there. Peterson inside. Miller will challenge. Nope, it's out of there against Heisler. And a reset coming here. 2 minutes to go. First half. 16-9 Governors in a low-scoring game. Peterson looking for 3 again. Still can't hit. Caught on the fly by Edmond, who's getting a bunch. Here comes Keenholz with a bump. He tries to scoop a right-handed layup. It won't go, but it'll be Jolly with a foul. And Keenholz will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair with 1:52 to go. I said Jolly. Actually, it's Leitenberg who's called for his 3rd personal, and Gavin going to have to come out for the rest of the first half. Keenholz hits the first of 2. Second one coming. That one makes it an 8-point game. Lincoln had 10 points in a 12-point first quarter for the Governors. Got 11 now, but he can't get the second free throw. Peterson rebounds. Carson Ahart's ready to check back in for Pierre. The next play stoppage. Leitenberg still out there for Sturgis despite 3 fouls. Another skip pass across the way. Peterson backing in against Keenholz, now against Edmond, and Edmond takes the basketball away from him. Pierre with numbers. Keenholz, left-hander, good. Lincoln started right, came back to the left. Sturgis pushes it ahead. Cruikshank finds Jolly, left corner, 3-ball, no. Sturgis can't hit a 3 to save their lives right now. Well, they haven't hit one yet, and they've tried an awful lot of them. .05 to play in the quarter. Here's Heisler driving, and a good job over Ben Miller. And Heisler's first field goal, believe it or not. Averaging 11 plus, maybe 12 a game after last night's 15-point showing. Here we go into the final minute. 45 ticks counting down. 21-9, biggest lead for the Governors so far in the first half. Pass to the free throw line through the hands of Jolly. Taken away by Edmond. Turnover number 7 for the Scoopers. That matches the Governor number in that department as well. Now 30 seconds to play. Keenholz has it, top of the key. Ranges left, back to Kruger to the right. Now Kaiser gets around the defender Cruikshank, but Cruikshank with the push. And he'll send Cade Kaiser to the free throw line with 22 seconds to play in the half. Cruikshank with his second foul. Team foul number 9, so a final 1-and-1 here for the Governors as Edmond and Keenholz will check out for the last 22 seconds of the half. Christian Bush and Carson Aharts are in to play the bigs. Cade Kaiser at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And the front end of that is good, so Cade will earn another. Cade, pretty good free throw shooter. Always liked Cade's shooting stroke. As he awaits, takes his time, crouches, fires, and shooter's roll won't go. Sorry for the jinx, Cade. Peterson with the rebound for Sturgis. Sturgis will play for a final shot, trailing 22-9. As Kaiser will impede the progress of Tyan Buss and send him to the free throw line. This will be a double bonus now. Cade Kaiser with 2 personals. So too does Lincoln Keenholz and Jacob Mayer for the Governors. Now Lincoln and Jackson going to get a chance to come back in, but they'll wait between free throws. Here will replenish their top offensive lineup for the last 13 seconds. Buss good on the first of 2. Aharts and Kaiser are out. Pierre has all of their starting 5 in there, minus Jacob Mayer, but the addition of Brecken Kruger. Tyan Buss for a second one is good. 3 out of 4. He'll check out. Cale Jolly back in. For Sturgis, Pierre leading 22-11. We'll try for one more. Keenholz will let it roll. Now picks it up near half court. 12 seconds, counting them down. Keenholz backs off against Peterson. High post. Edmond keeps it away. Heisler up and under, but he traveled with it. That's a good look by Landon Arnold. Maybe bobbled the pass. It was a little bit low down by his knees as he wanted to go straight up, maybe for a hammer throw, but that didn't materialize. And now Sturgis has 4 seconds to go the length of the court. Buss back in there. Here's Peterson. Dribble, fire, no good. Well off the mark, and our first half will come to an end. Slow going for both teams, especially the home team, but on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Pierre Governors lead the Sturgis Scoopers 22-11. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. As we pause for 3 minutes, we hit halftime, which is sponsored by Wealth Partners. Ameriprise Financial in the Northridge Plaza in Pierre. Back in 3 minutes as the Govs lead by 11. Your official voice of the Governors is River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Synergy Sign Company, the area's newest sign company in Platte. We offer signage solutions for your business, from custom signs and banners to digital displays, autographics, and more. We'll help your business create a memorable impression. Synergy Sign Company, from custom signs to digital displays. Give us a call at 605-337-2686 or visit us online at synergysignco.com.
Hey, Tyler with Summit Contracting here. Let's talk about building on your farm. One of the great things about working with Summit Contracting is that we are the farm builders. We build premium grain systems and any structure that goes on your farm. It's never too early to start a project. We'll create a layout to ensure your structures are perfectly placed for today and the future. Let's get started on your farm project at buildsummit.com.
Starting a John Deere dealership during the Depression took guts and vision. But C.J. Grossenberg was determined to help the community. He supplied more than equipment. He supplied a better way of life for his neighbors. Today, the family business is still going strong. Because round here, Grossenberg proves our values to our community every day. Grossenberg Implement is celebrating 85 years and is fourth generation family owned and operated.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email Scott at LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
No need to be afraid of all those upcoming holiday expenses. Oahe Federal Credit Union's holiday loan special is back. Borrow up to $1,500 for 12 months at 7% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where we treat you like you own the place, because you do.
People helping people. Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Why am I so sore?
There are everyday moments.
Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt.
And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide!
College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
At Washington will be the opponent, as the Governor boys will be back at home for the first time since opening weekend against the Warriors. And a 4 o'clock tip, 3:30 pregame. And the girls' game in Sioux Falls is scheduled right now for 7 o'clock, which would be a 6:30 pregame. I imagine we'd have both games here on River 92.7 next Saturday. We go to the second half, though, as Lincoln Keenholz and Jacob Mayer and company. There's a jam to start for Keenholz, and fouled as well. Keenholz had the right side open up. This is, I wanted to give the starting five for Pierre. Keenholz didn't give us the opportunity. Got that burst of the first step. Fouled on the way up, but a two-handed jam is second of the day. First one was an alley-oop, and I'll tell you what, if you were listening to the girls' game and missed our look on that one early in the first quarter, hopefully you get a chance to watch this game in rewind on drgnews.com. Keenel's trouble at the free throw line, no 1 for 4. He rims this one in and out. Jake Vleem, by the way, was called for the foul. It's just his first for Sturgis. Shot up here, no good, and Keenholz will bring down the rebound for the Governors. Lincoln backing in. Lead matched at its biggest, if I remember correctly, at 13, 24-11. Here's Christian Bush, quick fire 3, no good. Jake Vleem with another rebound. Neither team has hit a three-pointer today. Pierre's nothing for 4 tries, but Sturgis 0 for 14 in that first half. Shooting just about 14% is all for the Scoopers on their home opener of the season. Free throw line with it, Dyson Peterson, pump fake, got Edmond in the air, and Edmond will come down. Is it Jackson in front of Peterson or Heisler behind? Actually, it's Bush from somewhere down there as well. Christian Bush with personal. Will send Dyson Peterson to the free throw line. Peterson is a 6'6" senior. He can shoot from inside, he can shoot from outside normally, but he's having a real struggle today. 0 for 10 on the floor, and he's off the mark on the first of 2 free throws as well. Second one is also too strong this time. Edmond, Dyson Peterson's summer Sacred Hoops teammate, pulls down the rebound. Here's Jacob Mayer, puts Buss to the floor. Now a blocking foul is called. You watch Jacob Mayer, and when he tries to drive against a defender, a lot of times he will lead with that elbow. I almost thought he led a little too strongly this time. Buss is actually called for the foul, his 3rd personal. Darius Buss disagreeing. And I'm not going to say I disagree with him either. Thought that might have been an offensive foul when that whistle was blown. But anyway, Governors back at it with a fresh shot clock. Here's Edmond underneath the Keenholz. Had to collect it. Left-handed jump hook is back up and in. Keenholz has the first 4 for the Governors here in the second half. And 17 of their 26 points in the game. Now he's got a steal taken away. And Keenholz with hang time lays it up and in. Peterson may have tried to sell one there. No good there, and the Governors will send the Scoopers into a timeout here. Pierre out to a 6-0 start in quarter number 3 with 6:11 to play. Pierre on top by 17 now, 28-11. We take a 30-second Coca-Cola timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
When you expect.
3rd timeout called by Sturgis in this game. Timeouts in our broadcast sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Governor Basketball also sponsored by Pierre Sports Marketing sponsors who include Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, the Brittany Shufflebine Agency LLC, Dairy Queen, Capital City Motors, and Avera Orthopedics in Pierre. Not to mention Rinky Gray Wealth Management, Overhead Door, Kruger Contracting, and our friends and video partners with Live Ticket. Pierre Sports Marketing sponsors. Here's Tyan Buss with a long 3-pointer out of the timeout. His first field goal. First field goal hit for Sturgis from anybody other than Jake Vleem under the basket. Here's Heisler, and his pass stolen, tipped and taken away by Ryan Heinert. Seemed to see it coming. Heinert has it back. He wants a 3. That's online, but a little bit short. It dances across. Backside rebound. Ben Miller off the bench and contributing. He's fouled on the way back up, and he'll go to the free throw line. Ben Heisler picking up a second personal foul. 5:29 to go in the third period. 28-14 now. Sturgis after that bus 3 with their first points of the second half. Miller short on the first of 2 free throws. Couple of teams both with 2 fouls so far here since halftime. We're 2.5 minutes in. Second one for Miller. Well, he missed it, but he's on the line anyway. And the Governors will inbound from under the basket. Miller checks out. Vleem back in. Starting 5 all out there for Sturgis. Buss, Leitenberg, Heinert, and the bigs with Peterson and Vleem. Starters for Pierre are all in there as well as Bush tries to feed maybe to Heisler. It was over his head, and Edmond came in there, or was in the vicinity, but Dyson Peterson steps in front of that and gets the steal. So Sturgis now heading right to left or near court to far, looking for points, and they get them. Buss feeds over to Ryan Heinert, who in his 5th attempt finally puts one down. Sturgis was 0 for 14 in the first half from distance. Now they've hit 2 in a row. 28-17, the 11-point halftime deficit for Sturgis is restored. Jump hook turned around for Edmond with the right hand is no good. Loose ball collected by Leitenberg. Bush going after it, tried to lay off, but the big body of Bush, a little too much for Gavin Leitenberg, and Christian Bush will pick up a second personal foul. Talk about the offensive struggles. Kruger in for Bush, by the way, but Keenholz is the only one in this game for either team who's been able to do anything consistently on the offensive end of the floor. Lincoln with 19 points, so he's passed Brevin Kaiser into 3rd place in the Governor all-time scoring list. Now, it's just a couple of guys by the names of Zach Hansen and Lane Severn in front of him. Circa 2013. Heinert tries another 3. This one no good. Kruger down with the rebound. Here goes Keenholz into the lane. Floater up off the back of the rim. Heisler coming in and gets the offensive keep alive. Out to Kruger looking to drive. He'll dish it down to the corner to Heisler. Governors may want to slow up just a little bit here. Inside. Edmond picks it up. Battling against Peterson. Loses it. Shot no good. Peterson down with a rebound. Still 28-17. Heinert steps inside the arc. Rims a 15-footer in and out. Keenholz tips the rebound to himself, and here come the Governors. Lincoln backing off. Now going. Ooh, he runs into a defender. Heinert on the floor. That's an offensive foul called on Keenholz. Lincoln had 2 slams last night where he cradled the basketball to his chest and then extended and put it down. He kind of cradled that ball again, and I think that maybe he wasn't going to slam this one, but he put it next to his body maybe to protect him, but I think that also took some mobility away from him and maybe was a factor in him not being able to stop his momentum. Heinert took the charge. Now it's Kruger with a steal. He'll go against Buss. Oh, the ball almost went down. And Kruger fouled on the way up. The ball went up into the air. As Buss will commit the foul. Yep, and Kruger will shoot 2. 4 personals, though, for Ty and Buss. Kruger with his second steal. He's had a couple of opportunities on breakaways. Buss caught up well to him this time. Brecken shoots free throws, which he doesn't do very often. He hit a couple last night. He gets the first of 2 here. And breaks a 6-point run after back-to-back threes by the Scoopers. Buss checks out with 4. Gavin Leitenberg, other starting guard, back in. Kruger 2 for 2, his first 2 points of the day. 30-17. Governors lead. That was our halftime score last night in Spearfish. That's our score here with 3:15 left in the third period today. On the move is Tegan Wormstead, who had to check in. His baseline pass kicked out of bounds by somebody wearing green, so he'll inbound from underneath. Jacob Mayer out, Cade Kaiser in for the first time in the second half. Leitenberg quickly inbounds to Heinert, and he'll get it up top to Vleem. Swing it over, Peterson. Now back to Leitenberg. And Peterson again against Heisler. Back out on top, well off the arc, but it's Vleem inside to Peterson. Turnaround shot is up and good. Dyson Peterson finally on the scoreboard after about 10 or 12 shot attempts. Keenholz, contact again. Heinert couldn't sell that one. It's a long perimeter 2 for Kaiser. It will not go. Heinert down with the rebound. And up ahead, loose basketball. And this one through the legs of Peterson. It'll be Pierre ball. And we'll have a timeout called by Pierre before they inbound with 2:23 to play in the third quarter. Govs on top 30-19. Their 11-point halftime lead still intact. We'll take a 30-second break, sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. You're listening to Governor Basketball for New Year's Eve.
More, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, Pierre. Be safe, drive smart.
Welcome back to Sturgis. 9 hours left for those in the Central Time Zone in 2022. 10 hours if you're out here in Sturgis to go. Party time soon to come. The Governor's back at it. Now it's Carson Aharts looking to drive off of the timeout, coming back in, but shot off the back of the rim, no good. Dyson Peterson rebounds, and Sturgis trying to cut further into an 11-point hole. It's a nice hang time play. Vleem delivers to Ryan Heinert. Edmond was there looking to get a block, couldn't get it knocked away. Now Heinert will collect a miss by Keenholz. Sturgis within single digits, still giving the Governors all kinds of fits today defensively. Leitenberg down to Wormstead. Now it's Edmond who tips and steals. Up ahead, still with it, Jackson Edmond wanted to go the distance and put one down. He had one arm extended, but somehow Tegan Wormstead reaches in and says, no, this isn't your turn. You go to the free throw line instead. Wormstead with his second personal. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to appreciate Tegan Wormsted's effort there. As a small guy in stature myself, Wormstead against a 6'7" guy like Edmond. Dubs have already dunked a couple of them here today, both from Lincoln Keenholz. Sturgis doesn't want any more. Edmond 2 for 2 at the stripe and missed the first one. Now he gets the second one. That's all he's had on the game today. 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. That one puts the Govs back in front by double figures, 31-21. Govs in a 2-1-2 press. Heinert from 30 feet on the left side comes up well short. Rebound is tipped back to Edmond. Jackson stopping the dribble just across half court. Govs will set up the offense here. Heisler back up right side, out top. Now to Aharts. And Brecken Kruger in the middle. Here's Heisler given space. He'll fire a three but miss. Peterson collects the rebound. Heisler, like Edmond, slow going in the scoring today, averaging about 12 a game in the first 4. Here comes Heinert. Closed off by Edmond. Heinert goes back inside, challenges 2 Governors, and Edmond with a clean block, and a jump ball is called here. Sturgis has the possession arrow. Ryan Heinert, he not only had Jackson Edmond, I think he had Carson Aharts down there as well. Heinert giving away 3 and 4 inches to those 2 guys. That was a battle destined to be lost by Ryan Heinert, and Jackson Edmond did get well, he won the battle, but Sturgis still has the possession here. 34 seconds to play, third quarter, 17 on the shot clock. Pierre on top, 31-21. Leitenberg inbounds. Here's Wormstead. He wants three, a little too strong though. Edmond backside, pulls it down. Up ahead, Aharts for three. That's how you do it. Carson Aharts. Tell you what, if the Governors ever need a three-pointer this year, that's the guy you want shooting them. Carson Aharts, better than 50% so far, hits his first one today. Final 10 seconds, we got 6 and 5. Heinert left side, taken away by Mayer. Breakaway to beat the buzzer. He's fouled by Leitenberg with 1 second left. Leitenberg thought he had all ball. He might have gotten some of the forearm of Jacob Mayer, but what a defensive play here by Jacob Mayer. Just picked the pocket of Gavin Leitenberg. Or if it wasn't Leitenberg, just picked the pocket of whoever had the basketball. Leitenberg trying to catch up, just a step late. Mayer hits a big free throw here. And he's got another one coming. Big foul for Sturgis as Leitenberg now has 4 personals along with the other starting guard, Tyan Buss, also with 4 in this game. Mayer, second free throw is good. He's 4 for 4. Sturgis will have to push it up ahead on line, but Leitenberg well short, and our third period comes to an end. We're on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Pierre scores the last 6 points of the quarter, and they will lead the Scoopers 36-21. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Pierre Sports Marketing Partners help sponsor Governor Sports on River 92.7 and DRG.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
The Governors led by 11 at intermission. They lead by 15 now, outscoring the Scoopers 14-10 in the third period. It's 36-21, and Pierre has the possession. Welcome back. We go to the fourth quarter as Lincoln Keenholz will drive. He'll hand off. Jacob Mayer pulls up, 15-footer off the left block, and he hits his first field goal after getting a steal and 2 free throws to close out the third period. Jacob Mayer with 6 points, and Pierre leads 38-21. Tyan Buss starts the fourth quarter with 4 personal fouls. Has it right side over to Heinert on the left. Back to Buss again. Sturgis maybe trying to get some three-point looks. Heinert pulls one down, gets it to Vleem down low instead. Jump hook over Edmond, too strong, no good. Edmond with another rebound. I think he's got double figures in that department again. Here's Keenholz from 17 on the right side. Aharts tips, but Vleem will get the rebound this time. Lincoln Keenholz stuck on 19 points in this game. Now Wormstead, jump pass back out to Buss from the baseline. First minute gone by in the fourth. Buss will fire a long 3, this time no good, and there's Christian Bush with the rebound. Sturgis missed on 14 threes in the first half. They did hit a couple of them in the third period, but they know even with the athleticism of the Governors inside. Now Mayer wants another one himself. This one no good from long range. Heinert with the rebound. Scoopers heading back the other way. Wormstead fires from the corner. That's no good. Long rebound out top. Heinert now drives, tries to scoop with the right hand left side. Vleem comes in there looking for a rebound. I think he's got it. And then he'll be fouled on the floor. Heinert had a good drive going, but I think he just tried a left-handed layup incorrectly. He should have just gone up with a left hand, would have been able to protect it with the right hand, maybe put it in. Foul on the floor called on Aharts. That's his second. Team fouls numbering 5 for both teams. Here in the second half, we've got 6:15 to go in regulation and a 17-point Pierre lead. Heinert has it up top. Fakes left, got Keenholz leaning, drives the other way, but somebody picks his pocket. That might have been Aharts who got in there and swatted it away. Pierre comes out of there with it. Here's Edmond to Aharts. He'll try a deep 3, but that's in and out, no good. Another rebound for Jake Vleem. Bus across the timeline. Gives it away, gets it back. Boy, he eyed one from about 10 feet behind the arc, but wisely pulled it down. Now Dyson Peterson in the lane. Outside of the corner, no good. Heinert, another 3, looking for it. Keenholz with the rebound, and then is fouled there. Lincoln already, you could tell, wanted to take one the distance and do what Lincoln Keenholz does, even though there was a defender. As Sturgis with some subs. Heinert out, Ben Miller in. Tegan Wormstedt, Dyson Peterson checking out also. Cale Jolly on for the first time in the second half. Gavin Leitenberg with 4 dings against him also. Back in for Sturgis. 5.5 minutes to play. Pierre in good shape here. As Bush tries a 3, Edmond tries to run it down, but it's Vleem who had the rebound, but he's standing on the end line, so Pierre fortunate, as they'll get another 35 seconds to work on offense. Lowest scoring game for the Governors so far, and you can credit Sturgis for that. They've played well defensively. Here's Miller ending up on the floor, and an illegal screen called on Carson Aharts. That'll be his third now. Turnover number 11 for the Govs. They've only had 3 in the second half, so that's a good number. That foul now from here on in does put Sturgis in the bonus. Christian Bush standing his ground on the far side as Gavin Leitenberg took the pass across the timeline. Bush, and that big body came to give Leitenberg something else to think about. Gavin takes 2 steps and is called for a travel. It's good awareness for Christian Bush to force that turnover. As Mayer takes it across the timeline, hands off to Keenholz. Now to Edmond on the high post. Keenholz was looking for a handoff. I didn't think he didn't get it. Edmond will spin and lean with a right hand. His first field goal is up and in from the right side. 40-21, biggest Governor lead now at 19. Down to the 4:40 mark of the fourth quarter. Pierre girls are 5-0. Governors are 4.5 minutes away from starting 5-0 as well. Here's Miller across the court. That's Connor Cruikshank for 3. Good shot. Connor Cruikshank with his first field goal has 5 points, including a couple of free throws in the first half. Keenholz, quick first step, drives, floater, too strong. It's one shot Lincoln hasn't perfected yet, the floater. He tried that a few times last night, got a few opportunities today, but not hitting those. He's hit a number of other shots. 3-pointer from Ben Miller, who looks out of his range there. That one hit the top of the backboard and to fire quickly. 4:01 to play. Subs in and out for the Governors. Aharts and Bush are out as they'll go a little bit smaller. Kruger back in. Ben Heisler joins him. Ben Miller comes out for Sturgis along with Ty and Buss. Dyson Peterson back on, I believe, and Cale Jolly joining him. Halfway home in the fourth quarter. Jacob Mayer to set it up. Starts with Kruger. Didn't go around the screen. He gets it back to Heisler. Now down to the post, and Edmond behind his head trying to pass, but it's tipped and stolen. Cale Jolly came away with it as the Governors lose that possession. Cruikshank wants another three. Right side, no good. Long rebound back to Mayer. And then he'll give it to Keenholz across the timeline here to the 3:20 mark of the fourth. Hand off from Edmond. Keenholz, left-handed reverse on the dipsy-do. He lost it. And Jolly comes up with it, whether that's a miss and a rebound or a turnover. This is Peterson for three, no good. Edmond with a high rebound off of miss of another three-pointer. Here's Keenholz underneath Heisler. He'll be fouled by Dyson Peterson. So Heisler will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And the foul here. Number 7 for the Scoopers. Pierre's in the bonus, but this is in the act of shooting, and Ben Heisler fouled by Dyson Peterson, his second personal. Heisler again, who's been in double figures in all of the first 4 games of the season. Not going to get there today. Hits the first free throw, his 3rd point of the game. Just interesting to see a Sturgis team, or anybody for that matter, take Heisler out of the game the way Sturgis has. Benjamin hits the second free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. The lead is 18, 42-24. Jolly lost the handle on the basketball, passes it back to Buss up top, and they'll reset. Buss with it left side now. Down to the wing. Vleem zings it across. Here's Jolly looking for 3, but Heisler closes in and swats it out of bounds. Governor defense still playing well themselves, and with 2:32 to play in the fourth, Darius Buss will take a timeout, so we'll take it with him with 1 minute on this one. Hey, Coca-Cola breaking the action. Govs by 18, and we're back in a minute. This is Governor Basketball.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese. Grosenberg Implement, your family-owned John Deere dealer, will be closed on Monday, January 2nd, so their staff can enjoy the New Year holiday with their families. Everyone at Grosenberg Implement thanks their customers for a great 2022 and are looking forward to working with you in 2023. Grosenberg Implement, your family-owned John Deere dealer since 1937.
Like a Governor Basketball out of this timeout. Governor sponsors for us include First Dakota National Bank, Fisher Rounds & Associates, Pierre Regional Airport, Nystrom Electrical Contracting, as well as Access Health in Fort Pierre, Yesway Stores, Lynn's Dakota Mart, May Adam Law Firm, and American Bank and Trust. Thanks for helping us out and helping us be your official voice of Pierre Governor Athletics, River 92.7. Sturgis out of the timeout, a three-pointer for Corbin Benson on the left side as he had just checked in. That's no good. And the three-pointers continue to be a struggle for the Scoopers with just 24 on the board here in the fourth quarter. Heisler driving, tripped up from behind, and he'll go to the free throw line again. And this may be Benson. Jensen. Did I say Benson? Jensen. Corbin Jensen with his first personal foul. 2:10 to play in this one. And just a handful of hours left to go in the year. Happy New Year, everybody. They say that foul was on the floor, so 1-1 for Heisler, who misses the front end. And Jensen down with the rebound. Sturgis has it back. Hitting the 2-minute warning. Bus goes left side to Cale Jolly. Down off the block, left side, Jake Vleem. Jump hook, up and good. Good shot for Vleem, who scores his first basket since the first half. He had all 6 floor points for Sturgis in the first half, now finally with points numbers 7 and 8. Governors weaving. Top of the key. Chewing some time up here. Keenholz on the top once again. Feeds underneath to Mayer. Nice pass and a good finish on a pretty reverse by Jacob Mayer. Brianna Kusler will take a timeout to send in the bench. The Governors with another 18-point lead. Let's take a quick 30-second break. Coca-Cola breaking the action. The Governors 90 seconds away, 88 to be exact, from a 5-0 record. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
6, welcome to the floor. Guys like Josh Switzer, Miles Doyle, Luke Olson, Dawson Getz, and Jason Machachok. The starting 5 will get the rest of the afternoon off. Sturgis on the offense, though. They've got some new people in here as well. Looking for 3, as much of the team has all day long. Shot no good for Isaiah Miller. Miles Doyle down with the rebound for Pierre. He'll bring it across the timeline. Luke Olson, the sophomore, at guard now. Screen and roll. Machachok not available. Now Switzer will set the screen. Doyle, he'll pull up from the left elbow. No good. Switzer rebounds. The senior going back up and fouled. Good effort there by Josh Switzer, who, just one of these role players. Basketball, football, doesn't matter. All he's going to do is give you everything he's got. And here he's got a chance to score, and he's got the first of 2 right on in there. Corbin Jensen's second personal foul put him there. Pierre up by 19 now, 45-26. Switzer's second one no good, but a back iron ricochet, and he runs it down over to the right corner. Couple of offensive rebounds for the 6'1 senior Josh Switzer, but here's a tip and a takeaway. Good steal for Carter Williams, a 6'3 sophomore for the Scoopers. 30 seconds to play. On the drive here, nowhere to go for Ty Ferguson, and he'll get it back. Kick out to Williams once again. Now another perimeter jumper, this one from the corner, no good for Isaiah Miller. Miles Doyle with the rebound. The Governors can run out the string here. Under 10 seconds to play. They'll go to Sioux Falls, Lincoln on Thursday. They host Washington on Saturday. The Governors are 5-0. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Tough as it was, the Governors defeat the Scoopers 45-26. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service and stay warm all season long with Gales Gas in Pierre. We pause for 3 minutes. Our postgame is next. Postgame sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. Conversation with the winning head coach, Brianna Kusler. We've got big plays from Hermanson Endodontics, your player of the game from Cowboy Country Stores, all coming up as well. Beginning in 3 minutes, this is Pierre Governor Basketball on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs.
Happy holidays from everyone at Beck Motor Company in Pierre. In support of our local businesses this December, get $100 in Pierre Pride dollars and 4 free oil changes with any vehicle purchase. Pierre Pride dollars can be used anywhere. New inventory arriving daily, and we're ready to take your orders. Our pre-owned inventory is strong and always changing. See us online at beck-motors.com or call us at 605-224-5912. Have a safe and happy December.
pretty obvious the world is moving faster than ever, and that means my health sometimes takes a back seat. Pressing pause on life to call for an appointment, shuffle my afternoon schedule, drive across town for a doctor's appointment sometimes feels impossible. My day just got better because I'm feeling better with the help of Avera Now. I can use my mobile device or computer for an online video visit that allows me to see a provider for urgent care conditions 24/7. Technology that fits my life with the quality health care of Avera. Learn how to begin at avera.org/now.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Hey DQ fans, celebrate the holidays with a DQ cake. Bring your fave something that's sure to put a smile on their faces. The signature fudge and crunch center surrounded by the world-famous DQ soft serve. It's the perfect way to brighten up a snowy workday, family get-together, or just because. I mean, it's all the goodness of your favorite DQ treats in shareable cake form. I'm getting hungry just reading this. Being totally honest, this year, grab a DQ cake. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino from the App Store or Google Play. It only takes a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Sturgis as the Governors improved to 5-0, outlasting the Scoopers 45-26 in this one. Brianna Kusler quickly up to talk about this one. I think she wants to get home for New Year's Eve. So we'll get it going here in the Family Dental post-game. Coach, this, I think, I don't know that we talked so much about it in the pregame, but I think we both kind of knew this would probably be your biggest defensive test or at least your biggest test against a defensive team so far this season, and we certainly saw that. 45 points is all you get on the board, and they're having their scoring woes, which kind of helped your cause. But this is a good challenge for you and a good test to pass as you start going into your Sioux Falls schedule coming in next week.
Right, and credit Sturgis with the intensity that they brought defensively, and they made things difficult for us offensively. We didn't have just the advantage from a size standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
They have a 6'9", 6'6", 6'3". They've got some size across the board, and they play bigger than they are with the smaller guys as well. They are intense defensively. They bump cutters. They're not just allowing you to go wherever you want. And that was good for us to have to play against some teams. And for a while there, we struggled to score. And I don't think it was for lack of good looks. I think we just didn't put the ball in the hoop, and that also comes with fatigue, both mental and physical fatigue here. And so these 2-game weekend tests are good for us, especially early on, because come down to a state tournament, you got to put 3 games together, and the teams that are able to put 3 quality games together are ones that are going to come out on top.
Yeah, and that the difficulty in the paint against those guys, I still did think, like you said, I thought you had really good looks, and you would like to maybe learn from those and start putting those down with a better percentage against teams that are really going to challenge you a little bit more. And I think you, like we said, we probably are going to start seeing some of that starting in this week ahead.
Right. I think a lot of that comes down to just the focus side of things. And when your body's fatigued, it's easy to let your mind go, and that's just where that discipline's got to come into play. I think second half we were more disciplined as far as not just rushing shots and actually settling into our offense and still getting those quality looks, but now not maybe looking for a call or looking for contact. We're just finishing through, and then being able to, if that initial look is not there, getting that ball swung out and rotated around, because that's what we talk about quite a bit is forcing teams to have to defend us, because we've got a lot of options, we've got a lot of weapons, and we don't have to just do things. The first the initial option might be there, but forcing teams to play 25, 30 seconds of a possession, for us in the long run, especially when you're putting together a couple games in a row like both of us were, those come the third, fourth quarter are going to benefit us.
Yeah, there you go. So I mean, as difficult as it was offensively in this game, you still got to pat your defense on the backs. I mean, Sturgis is they had their struggles last night, had a really good second half. Today another slow start, but you're holding a pretty good offensive team, and a team that's going to score points this season to only 26 in this game.
Yeah, they've got a lot of pieces, and like we talked in the pregame, Bus is going to get them to play hard, and they do play hard, and they get some really quality looks. They do the little things the right way. They're making screens. It's tough to defend these guys because they're kind of nonstop. They're always moving, and that's that awareness, communication that we've continued. This was great for us to see, especially as this is our fifth one. Now we head into some of those East River schools again, and specifically in the Sioux Falls area. I'm glad that this test was our final test, and kind of getting us, still exposing us in a few areas, and that's just fine because we don't want to be peaking right now. We'll continue to learn from everything and grow.
And as that first quarter especially was kind of a slow start, if you don't have Lincoln Kenols, where would you be? 10 points in that first quarter, and had the highlight reel a couple of times hit again. But Coach Steele always said it's good to have the best athlete on the field. It's good to have the best athlete on the court, too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, you look at Jackson. I mean, did he have one field goal tonight?
Yeah.
One field goal tonight. But that kid does all the little things the right way. He's Lincoln's phenomenal off of the bounce, and he finishes. Sometimes it's little circus shots that I don't know how they go in, but they do. But before that, Jackson's out there setting really solid screens that yesterday we saw when they were really helping off. Then we hit the roll. Jackson's in the inside, but he's not so preoccupied with scoring and getting upset that it's not him scoring. He's doing those little things, and it might not be something that shows up in the stat sheet. There isn't a screen assist. I wish there was, because those are little things that make a really big difference. So, a lot of our guys are doing those things, and it might not show up necessarily, but it's making a huge difference for all of us.
There you go. Intangibles that don't show up. So now into the new year, and we talked about it a couple of times, couple of Sioux Falls matchups, Lincoln and Washington. Hopefully the weather cooperates and everything with that as well. But what do you know so far about those two teams that you'll be seeing soon?
Lincoln is they've got JT Rock, so seven-footer there, so they're certainly really big with him. But beyond that, they're a little bit smaller. They kind of resemble a spearfish as far as who we've seen so far, as far dribble, drive, attack, and then they can play above everybody. Nobody's matching up with 7 foot anywhere. So we got to do our job and make sure that we're dictating position on JT Rock and not just giving them any easy looks, and then containment in the half court as far as their dribble drive attack, so we're not just giving collapsing defensively and having to rotate out so much. We can just play kind of solid defense. We'll have to look to they're going to be pretty quick, both teams, both Lincoln and Washington, so we've got to take care of the basketball. They're going to try and disrupt us in the full court for sure, so we'll get back to work this weekend of taking care of the basketball on our side of things, and continuing to grow in the areas that we need to.
One thing you've got so far, and I think it's good that granted you're 5-0 now, and it hasn't been the strongest part of your schedule so far, but what you've built is a lot of trust among each other, especially on the floor, and I think that can carry you a long way as the matchups are going to get more difficult.
Yeah, we hope so.
Coach, looking forward to it, proud of the effort, and Happy New Year to you.
Yes, Happy New Year. Thank you, guys.
Brianna Kuzler, the head coach of the Governors, who defeats Sturgis 45-26. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. Back with more of the post game, and we'll give you the full recap and big plays and player of the game still to come. And you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering, what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota in Pierre. 605-224-7378.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing.
Basketball picked up by Brecken Kruger against Wormstead.
Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE extension 2. That's 833-605-5483 extension 2 and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Back at Sturgis Brown and a 45-26 win for the Pierre Governors. 5-0 on the season. Sturgis, who played their first game of the season finally last night, won at Douglas, but suffering their first loss here in their home opener on the season. They are 1-1. Here are the stats in this one. And again, shooting woes for the Scoopers, who hit just 3 of 21 in the first half. Not a lot better. They had a good third quarter, 4 of 11, but more of the same from the first half in that fourth period, 2 out of 14, so 6 of 25 in the second half, 9 of 46 on the game. That is less than 20% on the floor, 3 of 29 outside the arc. That's contributing to that futility. 5 out of 11 from the free throw line. 5 players in the scoring column, led by the big man, 6'9" senior Jake Vleem at 8 rebounds. Ty and Buss will finish with 6. Connor Crookshank and Ryan Heinert with 5 apiece, and 2 points for Dyson Peterson. Particularly tough game for Peterson, 6'6" senior, working against guys like Jackson Edmond and Lincoln Keenholz, and also Heisler, I think, who did a pretty good number defensively in the paint for the Governors. 26 on the board for the Scoopers. As for Pierre, they'll hit 7 of 20 in the second half on the floor, 15 of 39 overall, and just 1 of 9 from outside the arc, where they had averaged 6 threes per game in their first 3 games. Only hit 2 last night out of 9. Today, just 1 of 9. But they got to the free throw line. Actually, 7 different people get to the free throw line, which is good to see. But the Govs hit 14 out of 23. Certainly room for improvement in that department. 9 players in the scoring column for Pierre, the most of which, of course, come from Lincoln Keenholz with 19 points. And he had 19 out of 36 that the Govs had at the end of 3. Didn't score in the fourth quarter, so he'll finish with 19. But he did pass Troy Schaefer and Brevin Kaiser along the way to pull into third all-time in the Governor's scoring list. He's got some football records, too, just if you're wondering. Jacob Mayer next in line with 8 points. He had an 8-point flurry or 6-point flurry in that second half. Some good defense turning into his own offensive opportunities. So Mayer with his best output of the season so far. 19 for Keenholz, 8 for Mayer. Next in line, Jackson Edmond with 5. Ben Heisler with 4. Carson Aharts with a 3-pointer. And then Christian Bush with 2 points, Brecken Kruger with a couple of free throws, and Josh Switzer with 1 free throw down. Cade Kaiser also with a free throw in this game. 45-26 the final in this one. A lot of missing on the shots, a lot of rebounding on both ends of the floor. The Governors out-rebound the Scoopers 36-32. Scoopers with 2 more on the offensive end, 8-6 unofficially. Jackson Edmond, who was quiet offensively, but he did have 12 rebounds in this game. On my stat sheet, also 4 assists and 3 more blocked shots as well. So still a good all-around game for number 24. Keenholz had 8 rebounds individually as well. Dyson Peterson for Sturgis with 9. Jake Vleem with 7 among the leaders there. Both teams turning the ball over into double figures. Sturgis with 14, Pierre with 13. Govs in a 7-6 advantage in the assist column. Mentioned Edmond with 4 of those 7 unofficially for the Govs. A 45-26 victory for the now 5-0 Pierre Governors. So with that, let's talk about big plays in this basketball game, and we get those to you courtesy of Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Let's hear from Hermanson's, and big plays are coming up here in our Governor postgame.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Ryan Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much of the tooth as possible using state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics, big plays of the game. 2 more dunks for the Governors, and I think in the early slow going for Pierre, they outscored Sturgis just 12-2 in the first quarter, but it was Lincoln Keenholz who kind of got them going, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but off of social media, we're going to throw this at you, and this is our biggest play of this game. Hit play.
When he runs, you see that on the basketball court as well. Loose basketball picked up by Brecken Kruger against Wormstead.
Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Hunting the fields, fishing the waters, taking kids to activities, Cowboy Country Stores are ready for you. Feed the family while on the go with delicious foods. Breakfast starting at 5 a.m. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas. Federal Bird Stamps. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Chance Chicken on Euclid and Harrison in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Well, I don't know if you heard that or not, but just trying to replay that play of the game. The alley-oop from Brecken Kruger to Lincoln Keenholz, it was one for the highlight reel, something you just don't see very often. Good to have the athletes to pull off plays like that. That was a big play of the game, but also even in the second half as Sturgis continued to defend the Governor attack better than anybody we've seen so far. There were still other good plays, and the Governors scored enough in this game, but they played a pretty good defensive game of their own. And I think in the second half even, Jacob Mayer came up with some big plays and some breakaways. One at the end of the third quarter, and he was able to keep his scoring going into the fourth quarter as well. So big plays of the game, sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Lincoln Keenholz did have 2 more dunks on the season. I believe he's got 6 now. Ben Heisler still with the team lead at 7. Jackson Edmond with a couple. Brecken Kruger with 1 as well. Somebody's keeping track of that, and it's going to be fun to keep going on that route all season long. Big plays again from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. With that, your player of the game announcement comes courtesy of Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. And really like still Jake Vleem. He's always a problem at 6'9". I think the Governors, again, we're fortunate to play against a player like that, as Coach Kusler talked about. 7-1 JT Rock coming up next for Sioux Falls Lincoln on Thursday, so a little bit of a start to play somebody bigger and taller than what you've got on the floor if you are the Governors, but Vleem shows up and plays well. Dyson Peterson had a rough game offensively, but still a good defensive game in the rebounding aspect and things like that as well. But you get 9 players in the scoring column, even though not a lot of scoring in this game for the Govs. Certainly Kane Olsen, his 19 points, helping to lead the way, and for a while he was really the only one offensively, if you just go by scoring, that was showing up for the Governors. But there were a lot of other good things happening today, and we'll tell you who the player of the game was and is when we hear this, after we hear this from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Hunting the fields, fishing the waters, taking kids to activities, Cowboy Country Stores are ready for you. Feed the family while on the go with delicious foods. Breakfast starting at 5 a.m. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas. Federal bird stamps. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champs Chicken on Euclid and Harrison in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Cowboy Country Stores for player of the game, and honorable mention, of course, to Lincoln Keenholz, who could be player of the game in this game or any game that he wants to be, it seems. You got to give the pat on the back to Jacob Mayer today, and his 8-point output. I tell you what, if Jacob gets at the free throw line, he's doing quite well so far this season. He was 4 for 4 today, but again, steal and a breakaway into a couple of free throws in the third period, and then 2 field goals in the fourth, including a pull-up jumper from the left elbow. Good job, Jacob Mayer today. He gets the T-shirt noting his accomplishments and helping the Govs to a 45-26 victory over the Sturgis Scoopers. Scoopers in the week ahead have a doubleheader at Custer at, I believe, on Tuesday night, and that'll be their next action. They've got St. Thomas More on Thursday as well, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. The Governors with matchups once again at Sioux Falls Lincoln on Thursday night, and then hosting Sioux Falls, Washington, 4 o'clock next Saturday, which will be Hall of Fame induction day as well. So go out and enjoy the festivities with that one as well. And the Governor girls with a 63-45 win over the Scoopers at home today. They also are 5-0, and they'd be the top power-rated team in South Dakota to this point of the season. They are slated to host Sioux Falls Lincoln on Tuesday night, and then go to Sioux Falls, Washington next Saturday night. And both of those games should be right here on River 92.7, especially if that Saturday game continues to be scheduled at 7 as opposed to 1 in the afternoon. But that's what's going on in Pierre Governor basketball. Once again, wrestling is slated to host Harrisburg on Tuesday night for the boys, and Harrisburg for the girls on Friday night. But then the boys go to the Mid-Dakota Monster at Lyman High School coming up on Friday. There's another good day for the Pierre Governors, and as we travel our way home, a good reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who celebrates being a part of a team. They say think twice and slow down in case of ice. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. As always, a big thanks to Caleb Brozick at Side. Watch his video coming back on this one, drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page. There's some highlight reel plays in this one that turned out and helped the Govs to the victory. Heather Williams with technical direction in studio. Happy New Year to you, Heather, and to Caleb, and to everybody else listening along here. From me, Brian Oakland, as the Governors win it in this one. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Govs 45 and Sturgis 26. Until we meet with you again, hopefully Tuesday night when the Governor girls are at home against Sioux Falls Lincoln here on River 92.7. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is Pierre Governor Basketball.